First off, there's a crowd, and most preachers in New England, Western New England, are not used to crowds. There's a sense of if one falls into the talking pit, and one could go on for about 20 minutes because you got a crowd and give you the whole gospel and then some. Can't do that. Won't do that. I can do that. I won't do that. Now, I sat up here and I had a kind of a loose script. The Masons came in, ate most of it up. What's there to do? They did Psalms, they did words of forgiveness. So about the only thing that's left for me to do, thank you, Paul, is to go over the Boy Scout law. Now, usually Paul got the better of any kind of conversation I had with him, except when I read him some riot act of a town regulation or something. And one time when I suggested that he could solve his problem by just cutting a corner off the eaves of one of the mill buildings up here in North Amherst, that would solve his problem with the town, the building commissioner, and so on. He blew his top. That Yankee and Midwestern temper of his showed itself. And he wasn't about to cut the corner off of one of his buildings. Now, I don't know how it all turned out. The corner he may, in a cooler moment, have cut the corner off. I don't know. I never went up and looked. The building's gone. So I thought perhaps the only way, what's left of this service for me to do, is perhaps go through the Scout law and see how Paul measures up. Now, we might get some audience participation on this. You may not remember the law. I'll give you the words. Trustworthy. Was he trustworthy? Absolutely. He gets a 10 on that. Loyal to family, to his organizations, belonged to several of them. You saw one of them going through here this evening. I'd say at least 8 to 10, somewhere in there. Helpful? I think it's an 11 there. He's always trying to help you out. Always trying to feed you, for one thing. Friendly? He gets a 0 on that. But add a 1 in front of that. Even a 2. Courteously falls back on that a little bit. But even in jest, he did all right. And people left his presence, small time, large time. They felt like they had gained a lot, and they were happier after they left his company. Kind? Yeah. Now here's the hard one. Obedient. Nobody ever pinned that on Paul. In a way, he follows some rules. He would certainly pay attention to whatever Ruth might say. But obedient? I'd never put that, tag Paul with that, but I suppose in some ways he was. Cheerful? Certainly. He gets an 11 or 12 on that. Thrifty? I know, he could be El Cheapo. But other times he'd lose it. So maybe he gets a 5 on that. Any lightning coming around? Brave? Hard to say. He never was in anybody's army, and anybody's army wouldn't want him. When I encounter folks like that, in my time in service, I'd either have them thrown out of the army or make them first sergeant. In Paul's case, probably would be first sergeant. And I know he would come through if need be. Clean? Yeah. here's the one that really is terrible. Reverend. Has anybody here ever seen Paul truly reverent? It may be a little glimmer now and then, but I really doubt it. In a way, he was a modern theologian. It didn't take a lot of the garbage or discarded stuff that we sometimes give lip service to, but doesn't really matter anymore. And he was yearning to know the truth. And indeed, the truth made him free. Oh, there's that one last law that I learned in Philadelphia. Hungry. Now he ate his food, he ate his meals. Well, I suppose that he came up rather well. A couple of minuses there, but a lot of pluses. So I can say he come out with about 12 or 13 out of 0 to 10. That's nice to think so, anyway. So that's what I have to deliver to you tonight. I appreciate being asked to take part in this family and community service. It's been a wonderful, awesome experience. And Nada will come and say some parting words.